It's now day 3 of Camp KTIV, and we head back into the state of Iowa, just down Highway 20 to Mobile, where the Woodbury Central Wildcats are hard at work. Now the Cats, they did lose their starting quarterback, Dallas Kluner, but they have plenty of options ready to fill that role in Joda Stichter and Jackson for score. Woodbury Central also returns a whole host of key components from last year's squad, like leading rusher Zach Butler, and a majority of their offensive and defensive lines. And the expectations in the locker room have not dropped after a state runner-up finish last season. But in order to get back to the Unidome, the Cats are just trying to win each week, each day, each practice, and each play.
We preach every week. They all have a job to do, and make sure to do your job, do what your coach do, first and foremost. And then, like I said, if we take care of it week by week, we are sitting in pretty good toward the end of the year. You know what I mean? So we just want to focus on that game. Don't look any games ahead. As the year goes on, just take care of the week.
Now the mantra, go 1-0 each week, has guided Woodbury Central for a few seasons now, and their senior leaders know exactly what that saying means to them.
It just means that we can reset every week and focus on what we have in front of us and not look to the future. Sure, our main goal is the end of the year, win the state championship and stuff like that, but you got to take every step. It's about the process, it's about the journey and not the outcome.
Our main goal always is win each week, take it week by week, and good things will come.
Now the Wildcats kick off their season on August 30th when they take on Lawton Bronson. Kick is set for 7 p.m.